Ladies and gentlemen, this is another episode of Straight from the Block, only on 92.6 WKBP The Spot. I am your host, Deplano, co-host, holla at him.
You already roll it is, man. It's your boy, Questro, a.k.a. Crip Bayless. Stop playing me, you heard? Merry Questmas.
Yo, it's your boy, Ashton Martin, a.k.a. Mr. Martin. Happy motherfucking holidays, you heard?
Yeah, it's Haitian Ferg. Merry Christmas to everybody. Happy to be here. Let's get to it.
And last but not least, bar humbug to all of you motherfuckers. Yeah, if you don't know me by now, I claim JW right after Thanksgiving until St. Patrick's Day. So I don't celebrate nothing. I'm religious now. Okay. I'm outside trying to get you to get into the watchtower. All right. Anyway.
I heard you. Knock on my door. I heard you.
So let's recap, ladies and gentlemen. Let's recap football. We have football on a Saturday. We've had football on a Sunday. We have football on a Monday on Christmas. So let's recap all the scores.
We went crazy this weekend with football.
Yeah, it was a lot going on. There's a lot going on. Let's see. We did record before some of the Saturday games. Fortunately for us, it was Cincinnati who lost to Pittsburgh. I did think it was going to be a trap game, and it damn sure was a fucking trap game.
You call that one.
Yeah. Something about it felt wrong. K co-signed it and put nailed it in the coffin. Was like, yeah, right now Pittsburgh ain't been playing well. They talking shit about Tomlin. This is perfect. It was a perfect storm for there to be a blowout.
What nobody saw coming though was Mason Rudolph. Who knew they had a third string quarterback who's been there forever, who could just let's see what he does for the rest of the season. But Mason Rudolph was looking crazy out there.
Yes, came in and did his thing. 34-11. 34-11, Pittsburgh over Cincinnati. Buffalo beat the Chargers 24-22. I think we all saw that coming. It was closer than what we expected, though. Sunday games. Cleveland, Joe Flacco. Cleveland won 36-22 over the Houston Texans. The Jets, they made it very interesting down the stretch of that game. 30-28 versus the Commanders. It went from a blowout to hold your horses, hanging on for dear life. Go ahead, Kay.
Wait, before you go, every week, I got to give credit and I got to talk about Flacco. We just can't hop over what Flacco's doing right now for Cleveland. The man threw for 370-something yards. Like he's coming off his couch, ladies and gentlemen. He's coming off his couch and he's throwing for over 300 yards every game. We got quarterbacks who been playing all season and don't have a 300-yard game under their belt. Like, it doesn't. Amari Cooper just went for 56 yards and 11 catches? 11 catches for 200 and what? Cleveland is dangerous, y'all. Joe Flacco, props. Every week that he does it, I'm gonna give credit because he's too old to be looking that young and that's pride. And it's just like, why did the Jets let him go? If the Jets had Flacco still, they would have never had a problem after motherfucking A-Rod went down. And he was doing this shit with the Jets too. So I don't even know.
You're right about that.
11 catches, 265 yards.
That's crazy.
Thank you.
That's crazy.
That's like the Giants' whole offense probably ain't go for 265 in a few games under Danny DeVito. Like the whole offense ain't go. This one man had 11 catches for 265, and Flacco slinging it.
All right, so now that we've given Flacco his flowers, let's go. Seattle beat Tennessee 20-17. Atlanta smoked Indianapolis Colts 29-10. Green Bay pulled out a victory, a close one versus Carolina, another comeback game. Green Bay won 33-30.
Bryce Young
Detroit.
showed some stuff in that game. I mean, Bryce Young showed some moxie in that game. He showed some. I may not be C.J. Stroud, but I'm still,
Yeah, he tried to pull one out. It would have been a good comeback victory if he'd have pulled it off. Detroit beat Minnesota 30-24. Jacksonville lost to Tampa Bay.
Wait, hold up, wait, no, we give them flowers real quick. The Detroit Lions won the NFC North in that game. This is the first time the Lions have won their division in 30 years. 30 years. 30 years. So you got to give Dan Campbell flowers. This is his third season as a head coach. He came in talking about biting kneecaps and falling down and biting more kneecaps, and everybody was laughing at him. But all that biting kneecap and changing the culture, it just shows you that a head coach installs the culture. The head coach job is to instill the culture, and then you get the right players to vibe under that culture. You know what I mean? But 3 years, and now the Detroit Lions are division champs. They got home field advantage in the playoffs.
You know who you remind me of, Kay?
Who that?
Remember when Vrabel first got to Tennessee?
Oh, yes. Yes.
Like yes. Those kind of vibes where the team is just like they just running through walls for him. Like Rex Ryan first year with the Jets.
Right. They just take the identity of the coach.
Yeah.
We know the coach from playing. So yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yep. I agree, and I think they pointed out they gave a stat when Dan Campbell was with the Lions. Dan Campbell was with the Lions. It wasn't the last time they made the playoffs. I forgot how long ago it was. It was almost like 15 years ago or something like that. And they showed him with the long hair and all of that. Like, it was crazy. I forgot he played for the Lions and then now coaching them back into the playoffs. Yeah, Tampa Bay beat Jacksonville 30-12. Chicago beat Arizona 27-16. And then we get to the last game of the 4 o'clock games before 8 o'clock game. Miami squeaked out a win versus Dallas 22-20.
Keyword.
Huh?
Yeah. Keyword.
Yeah, they squeaked one out. I think Tyreek Hill got injured in that game. Am I correct?
Did he?
Okay.
I don't know. I wasn't watching, but I know he had 9 for 99 yards. I know he had 9 catches, 99 yards. And
he went down. I don't remember if he came back.
Where's your picture? Question. You going?
He's shedding a tear right now. He don't want the world to see him crying. Oh, he wiped his tear.
He look hurt though. You do look hurt. I know the feeling. Brother.
He got the black curtain in the back for the mood.
Put on his ugly sweater. Everything. It's all coming together. I got you, bro. So the evening game, New England beat Denver and has now put Denver's hope at a playoff spot almost out all the way. There's like 2% chance. There's very small percent chance of Denver making the playoffs.
All right, the same chance like Ciara gets back with Future. About the same chance. Same chance.
That's so wrong on so many levels. Jeez. All right, Monday night. The Monday games. Monday games. The early game was Las Vegas beating KC. Antonio Pierce got them guys playing. That's all I'm gonna say. Antonio motherfucking Pierce got those dudes playing.
We got it. That he goes under the same category as what Dan Campbell did when he walked into the building, and what Ferg was saying about when the homie walked into the building. You know what I'm saying? They're playing for him. They're taking on his identity, that physicality, that we don't give a fuck. We're gonna run through walls for you, and he deserves to get that job. If the Raiders, if Mark Davis don't give Pierce that job, he's gonna lose fans. Period. You know what I'm saying? Because everyone that's watching football knows the team is playing much better for Pierce than they ever did under fucking McDaniels. The Raiders messed up before because they had this opportunity a few years ago before they hired Josh McDaniels. They had an intern coach. He was the black coach. He was literally on the staff for like 15 years straight as a special teams coordinator. He got his chance. I forget the man's name right now, but he got his chance and he went like 6-2 down the stretch. And they didn't bring him in. They brought in this bitch ass Josh McDaniels, and now look where they at. It's like history repeats itself, and they got a chance to make it right. We'll see.
You know, I wanted to add something to that too. It's the Raiders' way to get a coach like Antonio Pierce. You know what I mean? Like you need like the what I know what they were chasing with Josh McDaniels. They wanted like the establishment, you know, the proper way of doing things. That ain't the Raiders' way, man. If you go back to the way John Madden used to coach that team, he let them dudes ball, and they had an identity. Like Jack Tatum, like you knew what you were getting when it was the Raiders, and Antonio brought that all the way back with the way he's got these guys playing. So yeah, I copy that. That's for real.
Shout out Art Shell. He got a little Art Shell on him too. Art Shell was that big black quiet man, but you knew he was playing no fucking games and his team was coming to give it to you 60 fucking minutes every night.
Let's go Raiders.
All right. So that was the early game. Early afternoon game was Philly beat the Giants 33-25. DeVito was benched in that game. DeVito was benched in that game. And Tyrod Taylor came in and I guess got the offense going a little bit. And he was actually upset that he wasn't going to be starting. So I think he had a chip on his shoulder.
You want my opinion on this one?
Go ahead. You're the resident Giant. Yeah, you actually
has something to say. I thought that he had something to say. Okay. Well, in my humble opinion, Tyrod Taylor is the better quarterback for the New York Football Giants if we want to win. Tyrod Taylor is a quicker decision maker. That's it. He gets the decision made faster. He drops back. Either he's going to throw that ball or he's going to run it. But he's not back there thinking about it for too long. If he's going to throw it, he's getting the ball out on time to the receivers. DeVito takes too long. He takes too long to analyze it. He hasn't been playing at this speed. You can see the difference when the two quarterbacks are running the offense. So going forward, if the Giants want to win, they play Tyrod Taylor. If they want to further evaluate DeVito, then they do that. But the better quarterback for us to win football games is Tyrod Taylor.
I agree. I think it was obvious in that game. In the late game, the Super Bowl preview. Baltimore Ravens beat the San Francisco 49ers 33-19. MVP candidate, as my man Mr. Martin said, would show up and show out. And he did, but really the defense did, okay? Because it was a bunch of turnovers in that game. So Baltimore, the best team, is now crowned in the NFL for the time being. Until the playoffs start, we get to that Super Bowl. Then there'll be a new best team in the NFL. But it started off slow and then picked up some steam in the second half. So, what's you guys' thoughts on the Baltimore San Francisco game?
Since I watch this game, right? And I seen it like, Lamar, this is his shit. This is his shit. Like, I didn't expect it to be the way it was either. I thought it was gonna be a little bit closer. But I want to know, since my guy gets the barrage all the time, are y'all gonna give Purdy the same treatment? Like, because if that was Dak, I want to know. I want to see why. Why is it that when stuff like that happens, Dak gets pummeled, but then a guy like Joe Purdy does the same exact type of shit? Well, it's okay. It's okay. Well, I'm hoping y'all give him the barrage. I just want to know.
Well, hey. Don't point the blame on somebody else when you can do it right now. The stage is here. You're on the stage. If you want to take your shots at Purdy, my brother, go ahead.
I do. Purdy, you motherfucker. You're going to get all this fucking... The same way these niggas say that, you do the fucking same. You diet Dak. Like, see, why this thing? Same shit. Right there. You got baga and you fumble. But nobody really gets... Nobody says nothing to you. Oh, he gets a pat on the fucking back. Well, fuck you, Purdy. Step your fucking shit up. Because I hope you play like that if y'all play us in the fucking playoffs. So we can pack you niggas the fuck out. Watch this nigga have a fucking best game of his life if he comes across us. Any other time, though, this nigga's on some mediocre shit.
Nah. Don't start setting your bet up. Don't do that. You see what he tried to do right there? He was real slick. He tried to create the excuse because he know Purdy gonna come for that ass. Don't do that.
Listen.
Keep that energy. Keep that energy.
No. From what I watched, there's a lot of flaws in Purdy. That niggas don't seem to... Niggas always bigging him up, but niggas don't get on his flaws and the mistakes he makes because he makes some bad throws. I'm like, okay. He's not... And I'm like, this ain't what I usually hear about. This ain't what I be hearing. I don't see what I...
Wait. Let me help you out here. Let me help you out, Chris. This is directly towards you. I really want to answer. Do you hear as much of the hype surrounding Purdy as you've heard it about Dak? Lately, because San Francisco is the best team in the league in the NFC, or have you been hearing that since Brock Purdy came into the league? Because you know Brock Purdy is only 2 years old, basically, in the NFL.
Yeah, but he's been bigged up since
we've been hearing Dackery for how long?
I mean, let's not compare that first 2 years. Let's not do that.
That's not the point I'm making.
No,
that's not the point I'm making. I'm talking about Dak has been getting all his praise and been in the league way longer than Purdy and hasn't had as much success as Purdy in a short time. He's been in the NFL. So why would you want the same smoke?
What success has Purdy had?
They've gotten deeper into the playoffs.
Last year, they was in a divisional round when he got hurt, and they literally had no quarterback left to play. Or they would have been in the Super Bowl.
Did they win the Super Bowl?
They had no quarterback. McCaffrey was
in the Super Bowl
playing quarterback.
Literally. Did they? Because I don't understand if you heard. I don't know which word you.
Nah, they didn't win the Super Bowl. They did not win the Super Bowl.
The same shit we did, right?
But wait a minute. Here's my point. My point to combat that is this.
Yesterday you still lost.
The Cowboys, once the team makes the decision to pay the quarterback and make him the man, you're going to get all the credit for the wins. You're going to get all the credit for the losses. Purdy ain't the man in San Francisco. It's McCaffrey. It's Ayuk. It's Debo. It's Shanahan. It's the defense. Purdy's so low on the totem pole. You have to understand, it ain't his team. In Dallas,
I help you out. I help you out because I heard the number and it's crazy. $870,000. The man is not even getting paid $1 million. $870,000 is his salary for this season. I'll let you go on.
Yeah. So when you factor in how much is Dak getting? 40?
Hold on, it's not Dak's fault. This nigga's manager sucks. The fuck?
What happened?
It ain't Dak's fault that Purdy's agent is ass.
No. It's not that his agent is ass. He's on that rookie deal.
He's on that. I'm a bum deal.
So my whole point is you can't put them two on the same level of competition because in reality, Dak, if you don't want Dak to be a game manager, he's not getting paid as a game manager. He's getting paid as the franchise quarterback. He's one of the highest paid quarterbacks in the league. Brock Purdy is being paid to manage the game. I mean, he's only making what, $800,000 more than me. You know what I'm saying? Come on now.
The difference, you know what the difference is? Dak is the quarterback for America's team, and Purdy's not. That's
whoa. We working on getting that shit removed. So you know,
America's team.
Y'all ain't fucking America's team no more. We working on getting that shit removed. There's a petition going around. They got about 3 million strong so far, and that's just from the Bronx alone, my nigga. So look out. That's all I'm
Wait,
saying.
there's 3 million people in the Bronx?
Ain't even 3 million people in the Bronx. That's number one.
Yeah. I was like, yo,
Let's get these lies out of here.
they got everybody on Grand Concourse side.
We got a whole lot of illegals that nobody knows about, and I got all their signature. This
I'm gonna report all of them.
coming around.
First, I'm gonna report you, Kay, and you, Haitian Ferg. You don't have no say in it. You Haitian. That's number one. I'm gonna report all you niggas as terrorists. Because if you're not with America's team, you gotta be a terrorist.
Yo, this is why niggas hate the Cowboys, man. This is exactly why. It goes from Brock Purdy conversation to now we getting deported, man.
Who would you like to name America's team? Please don't say the Giants.
Wait, as far as football?
Yeah.
Why can't it be the Steelers? Why can't it be the 49ers? Why can't it be the Packers?
49ers? Really?
The Patriots. It's very patriotic of America.
Patriots.
It's the Patriots. That's who it should be. The Patriots.
As much as that hurts me to say, it should be the Patriots.
I don't think any team is the America's team. But if it's gonna be one that cheats, and that's the Patriots.
Oh, by the way, and they own Kraft mac and cheese. So yeah, you're right.
You like Kraft mac and cheese? Okay.
The princess has spoken.
Yeah. She don't know she's a Dallas Cowboys fan.
All right, can I talk about the game now? Okay, because questions talking about it.
I just want to know, like, should he get the same barrage? But I know he's not going to get the barrage.
He's not. He shouldn't. He shouldn't
though. He ain't there yet. He's ahead of schedule.
Did he play bad?
Sure, he did. He was terrible. But you also got to credit Baltimore's defense too.
He was terrible, and you don't get he gets all the praise, but none of the.
No. He should get criticism for this game. What he shouldn't get is shitted on like we shit on Dak. That's all I'm saying.
Wow. Okay. It's the level of shit. Got you. It's levels to the shit. Okay.
Yeah.
Got you.
It's a good way to put it, D. That was very well spoken. Very well broken.
There's
shit and then there's diarrhea, bro.
Okay, the floor is yours.
You sure? I wanted Ferg to go first because Ferg ain't ready to get a chance to shit. You just going back and forth too.
No. As far as what I saw from the game, I love Baltimore's defense. That kind of shocked me a little bit, only because San Francisco's offense has been humming for the past few weeks. So I thought that was pretty impressive. But what I would have to say I like the most is that Lamar Jackson ain't your typical, let's just, we just going to cover the passes up. We're just going to make him throw the ball. No, now he can hurt you. If he's sitting in the pocket, he can hurt you. He's got patience now. He's not just running out the pocket anymore.
That game. I showed it a lot that game.
Yep. And that game plan of let's make him throw, that ain't a thing no more. And it's not like he's got the greatest of receiving cores either, compared to what everyone else in the league has. So I was very impressed with how he played. I think they had the perfect game plan. One thing I would say though, if those two do meet in the Super Bowl, it's not going to be a blowout. I expect it to be a tight game because San Francisco they'll make adjustments, but I expect to see those two teams.
It was a well played game. Like Ferg was saying, I give a lot of the credit to Baltimore's defense. I feel like Brock Purdy was doing what he normally do, but he just came up on a team that was getting to him. And then once they got Trent Williams injured, it was over. They had to take him out the game because it's like once Trent Williams go down, for some reason the whole O-line looks so much worse once Trent Williams go down. It's like their offense seems like, all right, it's like he knows that Trent is gone, so he's speeding the shit up. I've seen Purdy step out of his element and try to do too much at certain points, The knock on him, because, my co-host says that people don't talk bad about him, but the knock on Purdy was like, once you get the 49ers down and force him to play from behind, he's not the same quarterback because you see him kind of speed things up and get out of rhythm. If he can play from ahead and hand it off to Christian McCaffrey, the best running back in the game, with one of the best O-lines and be comfortable and throw whenever he wants to, then that's more rhythm and that's more Shanahan mix it up. But when he gets behind and has to throw the ball, and you know he has to throw the ball, and you can get that pressure on him, he's not the same quarterback. This is why he's not a game changer. You know what I'm saying?
Sounds like a manager to me. Sounds like a manager.
And this is the difference. And now when you see Lamar, I don't want to talk on it too much because I've been speaking on it before. His receiving core, like Ferg said, ain't the greatest receiving core, but it's the best receiving core that he's ever had. Because when he had the other offensive coordinator, it was a run-first offense, run the ball, run the ball, run the ball, and he's the best running back. So when he throws the ball, all he got to throw the ball to is Mark Andrews. Mark Andrews was getting 12 targets a game, and the receivers was getting 2 or 3, maybe 5. He had Hollywood Brown. You know what I'm saying? Hollywood was his man. But even Hollywood is not as good as Flowers right now. If Hollywood was the best receiver he played with, Hollywood Brown is just a little bit slower and a little bit less shifty than what Flowers is right now. This rookie, Zay Flowers, is retarded. His speed in space is crazy. He's always open because he's routing you up off the line of scrimmage. And then if you play him back, he has the speed to take the top off it. Like, he does it all. It's like the most dangerous target he's had is not Odell Beckham. You know what I'm saying? You think,
right.
Oh, it's going to be Odell. No, it's not Odell. You could leave Odell one-on-one if you want. You better have 2 people looking at Zay Flowers. And then they got Rashad Bateman, who's another speedster. They just got speed all over where they don't even have to be running deep routes. I just seen them running a short crossing route, and Lamar is going to dump it off to them. He's not going to force it down the field all the time. He could just dump it off to them, but if he gets it to them with time to run, which he has been doing this season, it's over. And when he has to make a play, it's going to be made. There was one particular play on 3rd and 16 where he dropped back and waited for like 7 seconds and nothing was open. It's 3rd and 16. And he ran for like 30 yards with ease. Like, he just blew it for 30 yards and made San Fran look slow. And it's like, that was probably the one time in the game where he really ran the ball. Like, all right, I'm going to run on you niggas. You know what I'm saying? And it just seemed like I could do this whenever I want. But I'm letting the game come to me, and I'm not forcing shit right now. I got a great defense, so I don't have to force it. I don't have to force anything. I'm just chilling. I'm letting the game come to me. He looks confident and calm. And he's the MVP for that reason. He doesn't have the numbers, but when you look at how he controls the game and how he's not forcing shit and not turning the ball over because he got that defense behind him, that boy bad. That boy bad.
Can I ask you a question, Kay? Being that he don't have the numbers, because what is he? He's not even like top 10 in like what yards? What's his numbers? Like, I know his numbers ain't as good as.
You know why? Because a great game for Lamar Jackson is, I'm gonna tell you exactly. He'll throw for 212 yards and he'll run for 95 yards. With those 212 yards, now he's gonna be 17 for 23 for 212 yards. So
Yeah.
So his completion percentage, his accuracy is not taking a hit. He's not dropping back there 40, 50 times. He's dropping back to pass maybe 30 times at tops a game. And out of the 30 dropbacks, if he's completing about 19 to 22 of those throws, that's a good completion percentage. And he got the dangerous targets out there that when they get the ball in their hands, they got yak. They do yak, a whole lot of yak. When Zay Flowers touch that ball, yak is coming. You know what I'm saying? You get Bateman that ball across the field is yakking it up. So even the tight end likely, that dude is fast as fuck, B. He remind me of a poor man's Darren Waller. You know what I'm saying? But it's like he gets that ball, he's hard to bring down, and he's fast as fuck. So he's getting yak too.
What I was gonna say too is, of all the QBs in the league right now, I think he's probably the defensive coordinator's worst nightmare because he's now choosing not to run. Isn't that crazy? Like, he's choosing not to run now. Whereas before it was, I gotta run because they're gonna make me pass. So now, and just like you mentioned with the run he had for the 30 yards, no matter what you do in practice, they weren't ready for that.
You
They
can't.
weren't ready.
Your scout quarterback is not as quick or fast, nowhere as quick as fast as Lamar is.
Right. So when you think about with Lamar, his numbers may not be there, but if you watch the games, it's the intangibles, the things that you can't quantify, is what sets him apart. So I agree, the numbers aren't there, but he should be the MVP. I agree.
But that's what I'm saying. For a nigga to not have, for him to not be top 10 in yards or touchdowns, do you think they're going to give him MVP?
Yes, if his team is like 14-3.
Who was the last quarterback that did that? Or if ever, like that wasn't top 10 in touchdowns and top 10 in yards that got MVP?
Well, you got to remember now. Wait. You got to remember now. He's still going to throw for over 3,000 yards and rush for over 1,000. And when it comes to throwing for that many yards and passing for it, and your team, like not many quarterbacks in NFL history run for 1,000 yards every year. I believe he's the first one to have 1,000 rushing and 3,000 passing. I believe Lamar's the first one, if I'm not mistaken. But that's not a stat that happens often, where you rush for 1,000 and throw for over 3,000, and then got a completion percentage, and then your team is only like 14-3, and the number one team, the best record in the league at that too. You got to put everything into it. Like you got to take.
Besides that, he should get.
You just can't look at. Oh, he doesn't have the passing yardage, and that's why we're not going to make him MVP. What about everything else?
No, I'm just saying, like, but those are the two. When you think QBs, those are the two major stats, right, for a quarterback to.
You're right.
So, like, it's like, sports, a lot of times is the eye test. Like, a nigga can have a loud 40, and nigga can have a quiet 40. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's the eye test. Like, this nigga is nice. His numbers is crazy, but that nigga nicer than him. His numbers ain't as crazy. I get it. But do you think the NFL is going to give him this?
And here's what it is. I'm happy you just said that. It's the eye test. And take no offense to this, but niggas like that, niggas like Prescott and Purdy, when you look at them and then you look at what Lamar does to them niggas, my nigga, it's the eye test. Lamar Jackson is 21-1 versus the NFC in his career, my nigga. Yes, He's lost to the NFC one time in his entire career. No matter who's the best team, who's the hottest motherfuckers over there, for some reason, they don't see motherfuckers like Lamar. They can't practice for Lamar, and they can't fuck with him. When it comes to the eye test, you just see that he's on another level. And if he the reason why the Baltimore Ravens don't be going further in the playoffs is because he was hurt the last few seasons. We got to remember that. He was taking unnecessary hits because he was running around a lot. And when it came to this time of the year, he was injured. And they was playing with their backups. And they was damn near beating niggas with their backups. So if Lamar stay healthy this year, it's quiet, man. And as far as the MVP go, cheat him if you want to cheat him. It's just gonna motivate. It's like his numbers are better this year than they was the year that he won the MVP. So,
so I want to say this. We had a show earlier this year where we talked about MVP candidates, and as well as Lamar is doing, and I did look up those stats while Kay was talking. He did that in 2019, which was his MVP season, when he threw for the 3,000 yards and 1,000 yards rushing. That was in 2019. I think, but the other person may have been Cam Newton to do it. His name is listed, but I don't have the exact numbers right now. The thing is this, because we've named some other people that's doing more this season, including non-quarterbacks. We've mentioned CMC, we've mentioned Tyreek Hill. Because of those different reasons, and there's other quarterbacks to be mentioned, I don't think Lamar will be MVP. That's just my opinion. I think no matter what they do, what he do, there's people that should be considered ahead of him statistically, especially when we talk about things that hasn't been done before. They have to consider him, and he will be in the top 3 in voting if they win out. If they win out, they end up with like the best record in the NFL, and he still puts up those MVP numbers as he did in the past. he has to be considered. I just don't see him winning. That's just my opinion.